All right, good morning, traders. Today is January 17th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. My SPY pivot this morning is 474. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five produced daily candles that made lower highs and lower lows than the previous day. SPY and FNGU closed inside the bullish 3/8 trap. QQQ managed to close above the bullish 3/8 trap and over the 17 EMA trend indicator. IWM, currently in a downtrend, closed under the 3/8 trap and under the trend indicator. GLD remains bullish but has closed the day under the bearish 3/8 trap, which is also under the 17 EMA trend indicator. Silver remains bearish. It's in a downtrend, closing the day below the bearish 3/8 trap and below the 17 EMA trend indicator and below the daily trend line. That's the new daily downtrend line. USO resumes its downtrend, closing another daily candle below the 3/8 trap and below the 17 EMA trend indicator, below the downtrend line. UNG, on the other hand, is going in a different direction. Trades back to the midpoint. Okay, so we had a rally from the 450 area all the way up to darn near to the $7 area. I think it got up to 685, 690. All right, and now it's pulled back to the 570 level, which is just over the midpoint of that rally. Okay, US dollar index maintains daily downtrend. Yeah, it's still in a downtrend, but after 9 daily candles in the bullish flag, okay, it's found its way back to the underside of that flat 200 SMA. Okay, it's still in a downtrend because it hasn't broken the prior highs. But let me just say this, it's made its way back all the way to the flat 200. Now, it'll be something if it can close some candles up over there. We'll see what it wants to do. We'll take a look at it. All right, let's go look at some charts. All right, so let's take the first chart. It's going to be SPY. All right, just want to point this out. I'm going to use my arrows, and yeah, arrows. That's good. And you got bearish engulfing here. Got a lower high there, lower high there, lower high there, and you can see we're gapping down. So you see the pattern. We're starting to get a whole lot of bearish engulfing, which if you squeeze that price action together, that bull candle and the red candles, that's winds up looking like a big wick. So we've got kind of like a descending wick pattern. So where's the target for today if they happen to break this pivot low? If they break that pivot low, I think we're coming down to the uptrend line. And I think we'll probably spend a good couple hours here. And then we'll figure out what the dollar's doing. And if the dollar continues to break to the north side, in other words, move up, I think there's a good chance we start to come down to this 468.78 and probably down to this breakup candle low. So we'll see what happens. And that might not happen until tomorrow, this breakup candle low. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I see on the 30-minute chart. Lower wicks. It's kind of wedging, all right, in a wedge pattern that kind of looks like this, all right, and this would kind of be the base right through here. So we're looking for this to probably come down to this 471.35. When it gets to here, I think it may come down, but it doesn't have to come down. Okay, it's kind of it should come down, but it doesn't have to. It could very well, break out to the upside and make new highs. I don't see anything inspiring yet, but if the financials find a bottom pretty quickly, or if energy finds a bottom pretty quickly, we could see this bounce off of the uptrend line and proceed to challenge the highs. Okay, but we have to watch the financials. Got a lot of financials reporting this week. All right, and energy, we've got already UNG is in an uptrend, and USO is coming darn close to breaking the downtrend lines. So either one of those, or the combination of the both of them, and we could see ourselves right back up at the highs again. So we'll see what happens. So let me take all that off. And let's go look at the daily candle. Okay. Daily candle. All right. So here we have our uptrend line. That's the one that, we're possibly going to bounce off of later today. All right. And you can see price is kind of gapping down. We've got a lower high and a lower low than the previous day. It's kind of weird because, on Friday, we were up there making new highs. See the highs here, new recent highs up there on Friday. So it's kind of weird that we're already back here again. We'll see what happens. All right. So there's SPY making closing in the 3-ace trap right there, just ever so slightly right there. So again, let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. Well, actually, 30-minute chart. And you can see this is the anchored VWAPs. Let me back out here, see if I can get them in. Yep. Okay, so here's the anchored VWAPs. Now, one of these is the prior high over here for last year. And the other one is the FOMC breakout. So we could see a battle in this area right through here, 472.50 for a couple hours before we break down, and it may very well hold, and we break up. We'll see what happens, and they may hold it here until the dollar breaks down. We'll see what happens. Okay, so there's SPY. So SPY yesterday making a lower low, closing, and a lower high, closing within the 3-ace trap. So, but bear in mind, the 3-ace trap is bullish on the daily chart. Okay, so we zoom in here. Let's move this down. We don't really need it. Okay, see price action kind of there's the 3, and that blue line covers the gray one right there. You can see we kind of closed right in there. Okay, so now let's go look at QQQ. Running a little slow again today. I'm going to have to reboot here. All right, so QQQ closed in the 3-ace trap. That's the bullish 3-ace trap. All right, SMH really helped out QQQ yesterday, along with NVIDIA. All right, so we'll see what happens with QQQ. Okay, again, closing in the 3-ace trap on the daily chart. So bullish right now. QQQ makes a higher low. We're looking for QQQ to make that higher high. All right, that's the NASDAQ, QQQ. All right, FNGU. All right, let's take a look at that. FNGU makes a higher low. Did not quite make contact with minor support over here. Let me see if it did or it didn't. Yes, it did. This one did make contact. It was QQQ that did not make contact with minor support, but has made a higher low. All right, so QQQ did not make contact with minor support. It would have been nice for it to do that and then make the higher high, but arbitrarily it found support right here. It's probably a midpoint. I'll bet it was. Let's just take a peek. Yep, here's a midpoint. It found some support at the 50% pullback and then back up to challenge those highs. Now FNGU, okay, pulled back to minor support. Come on, baby, load. This is not good. There we go. All right. A little sluggish this morning. My computer needs coffee. All right, so here's FNG pulls back to minor support right there. And you can see it's bouncing back up, trying to make, to challenge those highs. And it got up there. See, now that's Friday's candle. It got up there pretty high on Thursday, but not able to really, couldn't cut the mustard, couldn't even take out the highs up there. But still, consolidating over the midpoint. Nice work for FNGU. So FNGU also closed in the 3-ace trap right there. All right, that's the bullish 3-ace trap. Now IWM, okay, different page here. See that we got a bearish 3-ace trap. We broke below the 5-day consolidation here, and we're looking like we're probably going to visit the minor support of this 7-day, 8-day consolidation right through here. So it's looking like a bounce off of here would be likely sometime today. May even spike the major support, which is the red box. All right, but give it time to do its thing. Probably the first 10-minute trend will fail to the upside, but I think the second or the third one will work out on IWM. So there's IWM on the daily chart in a downtrend, pulling back to minor support, and then there's major support of this consolidation right there. So you can see we had a little consolidation here. This is a bear flag. Hopefully this is not a measured move thing where there's a measured move from here to here, and then the next one from here down to there. And it very well could be. But we should probably explore that right now to see if that might happen. I'm just going to take this in here like that. I'm going to duplicate it. And let's take that and move that down to there. So you can see that if we do get a measured move, they're probably going to test this candle low right here. So it's looking like major support is going to be scheduled to get tested. This 7-day major support, if that measured move plays out, is going to test that 7-day consolidation and the major support of that, which is going to be that candle tail down there. So that's a possibility for IWM. Give it some time. It's probably not all going to play out in one day. Probably take all week for this to play out. Okay, but IWM in a downtrend, under the downtrend line, you can see right there. And I should probably swing this out and extend it right there. Okay. So there's our IWM downtrend. See that? Below the 3-ace trap. 3-ace trap below the trend indicator right there. So there's IWM. Now let's take a look at Diamond Dow. All right, so here's Diamond Dow. We have a 3-ace cross on the daily chart. And price action closed below the bearish cross and below the trend indicator. But we're still maintaining this bull flag that we have going on. We just have a cross, but we still bull flag up there. So still, diamonds still bullish, all right? But it looks like they want to break that flag and probably come down here and probably test some prior support. And where could we find? We could find a little bit of prior support right through here. All right, 362.38. Doesn't have to come all the way back to here, but we could find some support right through there, and a whole lot more at, well, let's just say the midpoint, 355. There'll be a whole lot of support at 355, 356. Okay, so there's Diamond Dow kind of rolling over. Got a little M pattern kind of showing up on the daily chart. You can see up, up, and now back again to test these lows. Break below those lows. I think we're probably coming down to this 4-day, 5-day consolidation, which is right on top of there. All right, so you can see that be 360, 361. That's a pretty good size drop. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's Diamond Dow getting ready to change trend. You get the 3 crossing the 8 right now. USO. All right, so here's USO. There's our downtrend line. Okay, USO popped up, spiked the downtrend line, and you can see we're back underneath it. All right, so we were going to cross. We were going to have a 3/8 cross there on the daily, and then we came back under. See how it keeps going back and forth across the 8? This is kind of telling me this is getting ready to change right through here. So if you feel like shopping for these lows in through here, I don't blame you. You've got a higher base. You've got a double bottom over here, and we've got a little double bottom over here, and it's a higher double bottom than what we had here. So shopping for these lows through here kind of makes sense on USO. So we'll see what happens. Let me just take a look over here. All right, we're good. All right, so there's USO. So looking ready to possibly break the downtrend and start working on a recovery here in USO for oil. All right, now UNG, different page, all right, is rallied up from this 450 area, clear up to 486, 686 up there, and now has pulled back to a midpoint, and we can see that right through there. Okay, see the midpoint? So the midpoint's kind of right at maybe 65, 70. All right, 568 right there, 569. So you can see we have a pullback in UNG. Hopefully this is the higher low, and we can get back up over this downtrend line and resume bullish business. All right, that's what we're looking for, bullish business. Let me extend that one. Okay, so hopefully we can get some bullish business going on right through here, right at the midpoint. So UNG closing below the 3/8 trap and below the downtrend line, but back at the midpoint. Still bullish here on UNG because we got higher lows and higher highs. All right, got some bearish engulfing, but a pullback to the midpoint. It's a nice drop. We should see a bounce either sometime today or tomorrow, sometime this week. I think could see a nice bounce, and I hope the bounce happens, sooner than later. I hope we don't have to come all the way down to minor support 528 to find the bounce, but it might happen. All right, so UNG shopping for that new lower low, that new higher low, a little bit of anticipation. Okay, not too big going into this if you're shopping for that higher low, because it very well could fade all the way back to the previous lows. So there's UNG. Silver's in a downtrend. All right, see the downtrend line closing in below the bearish 3/8 trap, below the trend indicator, and below the downtrend line. And we made a lower low as compared to this one right here, but we couldn't hold it. But you can see we're right back in here visiting this area of major support right through here. So there's silver in a downtrend line, in a downtrend. Gold, a little bit different story on gold. Gold's a little bit more bullish, but you can see right here we have a 3/8 cross right there, and pulling back, has made a higher low, and you can see gold making a lower high, so maybe needs to consolidate a little further. but gold is still very bullish, kind of pushing the uptrend line out, maybe breaking it, maybe needs to get moved out. We'll see. Maybe it belongs out there in reality. Okay, so there's a possibility there on gold. Still bull flagging. As if you look at the bigger picture, up, over, you got higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and now we're waiting for the next higher high to develop on gold. So there we are with gold. Let's take a look at SMH. All right, so here's SMH. We had a inverse head and shoulders going on. Not an inverse, but a head and shoulders pattern going on here. That would be the head, left shoulder, right shoulder. And you can see we couldn't break the neckline right there. And we found a higher low from that neckline right there. And now we're back up here challenging these highs. See that right there? We're up here challenging the all-time highs. That is super bullish. All right, see the 3-ace cross? Let me move this shoulder out because I don't think this is going to play out at all. And let's see if I can get that out of there. Yeah, things are a little slow this morning. All right, so you see you got bullish 3-ace cross and price action closing above the 3-ace trap right through there and on top of the trend indicator. So everything's still moving up, challenging those all-time highs over there. So SMH looking good. IYT. All right, IYT has it's in a bull flag. All right, but it's it's under the bearish 3-ace trap, and we've got lower highs and lower lows on the daily chart. So we're getting like a daily pullback. So it's in a daily downtrend right now, but in the bigger picture, we are in a bull flag. All right, and then we're looking to see if we break these lows, we'll have another lower low. Now this could pull back all the way to midpoint and then bounce back up and resume business, bullish business up in quadrant 4. We'll see what's going to happen, but the longer it hangs out here, the more likely that the next move could be to the upside. Up. You go up, then you go over, and then what we're looking for is a move to the upside up here. All right, so still hanging out, still bullish, hanging out in quadrant 4 up there. So nice work. It's just in a downtrend right now, but pulling back, doing a reasonable pullback to minor support. Where's minor support? See this 5-6 day consolidation right there? So we came back to this consolidation right up here, minor support right there. See that? See how these 3 candles coincide with the wicks up top, up there. See that? So then it went up. Now we couldn't make the higher high, so it may come down, make a little bit lower low. It may want to test this major support right through there, about 250. We'll see what happens when it opens up today. So there's IYT. Those are our transports. Now let's take a look at, this is the good one. It's the one I'm interested in most. Okay, so there's, this is the XLF. This is the financials. Now the financials, they didn't report bad. I mean, if they did, the market's not really selling them off. Now, I don't know if it's coming soon or not, but this is more of investment banking. Regional banking would be the KRE, but this is investment banking, XLF. So nice work on the XLF back up here. Breaking, it actually made new higher highs for the year. So nice recovery. That was last year. All right. Now for this year, we're still stuck up here. We've made a high, but we haven't made higher highs. Okay, so we made a higher high this year than we did last year, but not all-time highs. All-time highs are, I think, up around. Let's see where they are. I think they're around 50 or 40 something. Yeah, up here around 41.51. Those are the all-time highs. So a little bit of work to do there. All right, so you can see we've got this big move up. We're probably going to need 2 to 4 months of consolidation through here, making highs and lows, okay, but probably remain in a channel before heading up to challenge those all-time highs when the economy's looking a little bit more stronger. All right, a little bit with more strength and a weaker dollar is what we're looking for. So there's XLF. All right, and we're looking for this to consolidate. It is still bullish. All right, even though we've got a bearish 3-ace cross right there, you can see we closed below the 3-ace trap, below the trend indicator. A pullback to the midpoint is completely normal. All right, so a pullback to the midpoint and then bounce up to make new higher highs would be normal. But right now, I mean, really, it's showing still a whole lot of strength. There we are with the quad lines. You can see we're clearly up over the halfway part of just quadrant 4. So it's looking really strong. You know, a pullback and staying and hang out in the upper third would be normal for XLF, would be normal for a bullish stock to do that, or a bullish sector, just the financial sector. Okay, so there we go there. So now let's take a look at what's really going on in the markets. All right, so here we have the US dollar index. All right, here's the July lows. This is our October highs, or I think that's September. No, that's October. And you can see right here, late October, we tried to make new highs and failed. So we came down to the flat 200, consolidated. A little breakdown, a little bear flag right there. And then we broke down to test these prior lows. This would be major support right here. See the tails down here at the bottom of these candles? That's major support. See how price action kind of got into those tails to test that support. Well, since testing that support and we couldn't pass through, so now guess what? We're back up to test the flat 200. So we rallied back up to the downtrend line, and then we had a 9-day bull flag right here, and we got a breakout yesterday. And right now, I got to say, this breakout looks like it's getting follow through. So we got an igniting candle with some follow through up over the flat 200. We'll see if it's going to close up there today. If it closes up there today and we get bullish, there's a good chance market starts to drop back down. Now, market dropping back down, that would be SPY down to the 460, 455 level would be normal. There's a whole lot of support there. As long as we catch that support and bounce back up to make new highs. So we'll see what happens right here. There's the dollar index. Okay, bull flag. And I said the longer we hang out here, the more likely we're going to get a breakout to the north side right here. So you can see we moved up and then over and then up. See that? Right into this flat 200. So we'll see if the trolls that control the flat 200 are going to let the billy goats pass over the 200 bridge right here. So this is 200 SMA. All right, so we'll see what happens there. And that is on the US dollar index. For the economic calendar, really a light week this week. No big Fed speakers. There's a lot of Fed speakers, but not the big guy. All right, so this morning we're going to have retail sales at 8:30, import-export prices at 8:30, a couple of Fed speakers at 9 o'clock, industrial production at 9:15, business inventories at 10, housing market index at 10, beige book at 2, and another Fed speaker. Okay, then we start off tomorrow with another Fed speaker. More housing information. Housing starts and permits at 8:30. Jobless claims at 8:30. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index 8:30. EIA Natural Gas Report 10:30. And petroleum status 11 in the morning. All right. So, and then we've got existing home sales on Friday. Consumer sentiment at 10. All right. As long as these numbers come pretty close, I think the market's just going to do what it wants to do. And it's in the middle of a kind of a consolidation pullback right now. And consolidation pullback is normal before making new highs. Remember, we went a whole 2 months almost nearly ballistic straight up. So consolidation would be normal for this to happen, even if the banks report great numbers or so-so numbers. Consolidation is still recommended. We need to put in a foundation from which to blast off from. You know, we gotta prep that launch pad. We got to build a nice launch pad so we can blast up to 500. All right, so let's take a look at the earnings calendar. So for today, we got Prologis, I think that's software. Some investment banking, there's Schwab. All right, Bancorp. A whole lot of financials, mostly all financial citizens, Discover, Bancorp, Wintrust, Alcoa, that's aluminum. They're going to report this evening, but mostly all financials. This would be the interesting one, but again, that's only $5 billion. It's really not going to rock the markets that bad, whether it's good or bad, either one. Thursday, Taiwan Semiconductor again. All right, so I guess they're still trying to find their P&L. Truist, Fastenal, that's home building probably. They put things together. PPG, I think that's home building too. M&T Bank, JB Hutt, they transport. So a little bit of a mix going on Thursday. But the biggest market cap would be Taiwan Semiconductor, and I think they were supposed to report on Friday, and I think they just couldn't find their P&L or they weren't ready yet. All right, so then Friday we've got more banks, a little bit of oil, a little bit of insurance, some more investment banking, State Street, some more regional banking, Fifth Third, Huntington, okay, Regions Financial, whole lot more financials going to report. So things aren't falling apart in the XLF. So things are still looking like, you know, there's not a huge sell-off. So that's good news. So everything's looking like it's in line just to, if you ask me, just to consolidate. All right. It's time for consolidation anyways. All right. We couldn't make the new highs yet, all-time highs last year. And I think consolidation early part of this year would be good. Pull back to make higher lows, and then let's run up and make some higher highs maybe at the end of the first quarter, close to the second quarter. That would be nice to see. All right, so there we are with earnings calendar. Nothing really rocking that's going on other than TSM, and they still got to find their their P&L. All right, so that's it for this morning. All right, I'll take some questions in the room. I'm going to render my video. Again, my YouTube video from my webinar last night. It's on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to take a peek at it. All right, and that's it for right now.